Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Dr. Digital, and today we're going to be doing a pretty quick, simple guide on how to beat the Broodmother. Now, a lot of people know how to beat Broodmother. It's honestly pretty simple, but as there's people who know, I'm sure there's people who don't know. So I'm here to make a quick guide on how to do it, some of the tools, some of the resources you'll need, some of the gear you'll need, and the dinos you need as well for the boss fight. So let's just get straight into it here. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is the dinos. Now, the easiest and most effective way to do the Broodmother is to use Megatheriums. But you can also use Therizzinos because you can give them sweet vegetable cakes and their damage is insanely high. So they can do the fight. Rexes can do the fight just because they have just a really good balance of stats. You can also bring Spinos into the fight because there's water in the arena, which gives it the hydration buff, which gives it more melee damage, more stamina, more health regen, more speed. And you, of course, have your two supporting dinos, the Uteranus and the Daedon, which I don't have with me right now. And that's because I kind of want to show you guys that you can do this without the support dinos. So yeah, these are just 150 tamed Megatheriums. Some of them are imprinted. Some of them aren't imprinted. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the saddles they're wearing right now. So we have a mix of all three of these saddles. And I would suggest for Alpha Broodmother, do not bring any saddles that are not at least 80 plus. Now, again, I have a couple that aren't 80 plus. So we're going to kind of wing it a little bit here just for the sake of the video, just to make it a little bit interesting. Now, for gear on your person, you're going to want to have cooked prime meat, medical brews, and stimulants. This is because the boss actually has torpor inducing effects. So if you end up getting knocked off your creature or you take too much damage, the stimulants will help you from just knocking out in the middle of the fight. Med brews are in case you get hit, you can just heal yourself really quickly. And food is the same thing, it just over a slower amount of time. Now, the sweet veggie cakes are obviously meant for the Therizzinos. You can just throw raw meat and Megatheriums, and you'll get the same value, but a little bit to a lesser extent. And now that you know what you want to bring and some of the equipment you'll have, let's talk about what you actually need to spawn the bosses. So you just need some simple tributes from Argies, Sarcos, Sauropods, which would be Brontos, Diplos, any of the big long neck guys, and Titanoboas. Then you just need to do the Artifact of the Hunter, which is the easiest cave in the entire game. Artifact of the Clever, which is also a relatively easy cave, especially if you have a Baryonyx. And Artifact of the Massive, which is a underwater cave, which means it is actually a little bit difficult, but it is the easiest of the two underwater caves on the island. So we're just going to go ahead and transfer these into our inventory. Then we're going to head over to the boss arena, throw this in. Make sure you're actually survivor level 70 or else you won't be able to spawn the boss. And we're just going to do a little check here to make sure that we have everything within this circle. Perfect. We have all our Megatheriums within the circle. And let's just do what you guys have probably been waiting for, and we'll just spawn the boss. Now, while this boss is spawning, I guess I'll just go ahead and tell you guys how many Megatheriums you should actually bring. Now, I think I have around 10 here. I wouldn't suggest doing any less than 10 unless you have a really good line of Megatheriums. On my private server I have with my friends, I just use Therizzinos for everything because I have a really good line of Theries that come out with around 700% melee. So honestly, a really simple fight. So what all you're going to do is hop on your Megatherium. You don't really need to be in a super big rush here, but you're just going to run around, whistle to the Broodmother, and then just get out of the way. Now, we're going to go ahead and just start munching on this guy. And I guess once the fight's almost done, we'll be right back. Alright, we're starting to have a couple casualties right towards the back end of this fight. Now, the reason you want to use Megatheriums is I'm kind of skipping a little bit of the fight because the clicking's a little bit loud. But if you guys look at that top right there, it says Insect Killer, and that's actually why you want to bring the Megatheriums into this fight. Just because the Insect Killer buff makes you deal a ton of damage, and it makes you just take a ton of reduced damage, so definitely bring Megatheriums. Alright guys, we beat the Megatherium, or sorry, we beat the Broodmother. My personal Megatherium is super low. Super low, actually. And we actually ended up getting, like, a ton of chitin, fiber, we got some berries. So if you guys are, you know, interested in that, there you are. So there it is. You literally just, you get yourself some Megatheriums, you beat up on the Broodmother a little bit, and yeah, that's all you need to do to win this fight. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to, you know, subscribe, like, all that stuff. It'd be much appreciated, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.